The conference room at Meridian Financial Group was filled with lawyers, executives, and stacks of merger documents 3 inches thick. I'd been signing papers for 2 hours, finalizing our acquisition of Pacific Trust Bank, a regional institution with 47 branches and $3.2 billion in assets. Last signature page, my CFO David said, sliding another document across the mahogany table. Then Pacific Trust officially becomes part of the Meridian family. I signed with a flourish. 7 years of negotiations, regulatory approvals, and due diligence complete. Meridian Financial Group now controlled 12 banks across 4 states. My phone buzzed as I set down the pen. Text from my brother Marcus. Hey sis. Coffee this week? Need to discuss a business opportunity. Could be huge for both of us. I stared at the message. Marcus and I hadn't spoken in 3 months. Our last conversation had ended with him asking for a $15,000 bridge loan for his latest startup, a cryptocurrency trading platform that I'd declined to fund. Everything okay? David asked, noticing my expression. My brother wants to discuss a business opportunity, I said. David's eyebrows rose. The one who's filed for bankruptcy twice? That's the one. What does he want this time? Unknown. But given his track record, nothing good. My assistant Morgan appeared in the doorway. Ms. Harrison, the Pacific Trust integration team is ready for you. They have the preliminary audit results from the loan portfolio review. Standard procedure after an acquisition. Audit every loan, flag any problems, assess the real value of the portfolio. Usually boring work but necessary. I followed Morgan to a smaller conference room where Patricia Chin, our head of risk management, had her laptop open and a concerned expression on her face. We have a problem, she said without preamble. How bad? Potentially criminal. She turned her screen toward me. During the audit, we found multiple instances of suspicious loan activity at Pacific Trust's downtown branch. Loans approved with minimal documentation, inflated income statements, and questionable collateral valuations. How many loans? 17 over the past 3 years. Total value, $2.4 million. All originated by the same loan officer, all following similar patterns of fraud indicators. I pulled up a chair. Tell me everything. Patricia clicked through the files. The loans were all small business loans, ranging from $80,000 to $200,000. The applications claimed successful businesses with strong cash flow, but our verification shows most of these businesses barely exist. Shell companies essentially. And the borrower names? He pulled up a list. My blood ran cold. Third name down, Marcus Harrison. Loan amount, $150,000. Business name, Harrison Capital Ventures LLC. That's my brother, I said quietly. Patricia's face went pale. Oh God. Elena, I didn't realize. Keep going. What else? She scrolled down. He has 3 more loans under different business names. Harrison Investment Group. MH Capital Solutions. Pacific Ventures LLC. Total borrowed, $680,000. I leaned back in my chair processing. 4 loans. $680,000. Using different company names to avoid detection. It gets worse, Patricia said. Look at the addresses on the applications. Every single one listed the same address. My downtown condo building. Different unit numbers but the same building. He used my address, I said. Not just the address. Patricia pulled up another document. Look at the cosigner information on the largest loan. Elena Marie Harrison. My full name. My social security number. My signature. Except I'd never signed anything. I'd never co-signed a loan for Marcus. I'd never even heard of Harrison Capital Ventures. That's not my signature, I said, studying the document. Patricia nodded grimly. I had our document analysis team compare it to your signature on the acquisition documents. It's a forgery. Not even a good one. I pulled out my phone and opened my credit monitoring app. Sure enough, there they were, 4 business loans showing on my credit report, all opened within the past 3 years. All in good standing, minimum payments being made. But I'd never authorized them. Never signed for them. Never knew they existed. What's the status of these loans? I asked. 2 are current. 2 are 30 days past due as of this week. That's what flagged them for additional review during our audit. And the other 13 suspicious loans? Patricia hesitated. Different borrowers but similar patterns. We think the loan officer was running a fraud scheme, approving fake loans, possibly getting kickbacks. Who's the loan officer? Stephen Park. 20-year employee at Pacific Trust. Assistant branch manager. Where is he now? Home presumably. He doesn't know we've flagged anything yet. We wanted to brief you before taking action. I checked my watch. 4:47 p.m. on a Thursday. Here's what we're going to do. Patricia, prepare a complete fraud report. Every suspicious loan, every piece of evidence. Contact the FBI's Financial Crimes Unit. I want agents briefed by tomorrow morning. You're sure? This involves your brother. Especially because it involves my brother, I said. David, I need you to coordinate with our legal team. We're filing police reports for identity theft and fraud. Tonight. Elena, David started. Tonight, I repeated firmly. And Morgan, send a message to Marcus. Tell him I'm available for coffee tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. at the Starbucks on 5th Street. You're meeting with him? Patricia asked. I want to hear what he has to say, I said. Before the FBI shows up at his door. That evening I did what I should have done years ago. A deep investigation into my brother's finances. With Meridian's resources and my authorization, it took less than 3 hours to build a complete picture. Marcus Harrison, age 34, currently claimed to be CEO of Harrison Capital Ventures, a private equity firm with no actual investments, no employees, and no legitimate business activity. His LinkedIn showed an impressive resume of executive positions at companies that either didn't exist or had no record of employing him. The $680,000 in loans from Pacific Trust had been spent on luxury goods. A Porsche, a boat, expensive watches, a down payment on a house he couldn't afford. None of it had gone to legitimate business purposes. But he'd been making minimum payments, using money from new loans to pay old ones. A classic Ponzi scheme on a personal scale. And when those 2 loans had gone 30 days past due, he'd started looking for his next source of funding. Hence the text about a business opportunity. My personal credit report showed the damage. 4 unauthorized loans, total liability of $680,000. My credit score had dropped 48 points because of the late payments. I called my personal attorney, James Rodriguez. I need to file identity theft reports with all 3 credit bureaus. Tonight. And I need criminal complaints filed against my brother for fraud, identity theft, and forgery. Your brother. James's surprise was evident. Elena, are you certain? He forged my signature on $680,000 in loans, I said. I'm certain. This will likely result in his arrest. Good. There was a pause. All right. I'll prepare everything. But Elena, be ready for family fallout. This won't just hurt Marcus. My family stopped protecting me the moment Marcus started committing crimes in my name, I said. I'm done protecting him. Friday morning I arrived at Starbucks at 7:45 a.m. Marcus was already there, sitting at a corner table with his laptop open, wearing an expensive suit I'd probably unknowingly paid for. Elena. Thanks for meeting me. He stood, attempting a hug I sidestepped. Let's just talk, I said, sitting down. He didn't seem to notice the coldness. So, I wanted to loop you in on this incredible opportunity. Harrison Capital is expanding and we're raising our series of funding round. I'm offering you a chance to get in on the ground floor. Harrison Capital Ventures, I said. Your private equity firm. Exactly. We're focused on emerging tech companies, crypto infrastructure, really cutting-edge stuff. I've got 3 major deals about to close. What deals? He launched into a polished pitch about blockchain platforms and AI startups. Venture capital jargon strung together with practiced ease. It sounded impressive if you didn't know anything about actual venture capital. I let him talk for 5 minutes before interrupting. How much money has Harrison Capital invested so far? We're currently deploying our initial capital raise, he said smoothly. About $1.2 million in committed investments. Where did the $1.2 million come from? Private investors. High net worth individuals who believe in the vision. Names. He laughed. Come on, Elena. You know I can't disclose investor information. Confidentiality agreements. Right. I pulled out my tablet. Let me tell you what I know about Harrison Capital Ventures. It's a Delaware LC formed 18 months ago. It has no employees, no office, no investments, and no legitimate business activity. Its only assets are the $150,000 loan from Pacific Trust Bank that you obtained using forged documents. Marcus's smile faltered. I don't know what. I know about the other loans too, I said. Harrison Investment Group, MH Capital Solutions, Pacific Ventures. 4 loans. $680,000. All in my name. All with my forged signature. Marcus went pale. Elena, I can explain. You stole my identity, I said calmly. You forged my name. You used my credit to fund your lifestyle and fake businesses. It's not like that. I was going to pay you back. The loans were temporary. Temporary until what? Until you scammed someone else. They're real business loans, he hissed. I used your name as a co-signer because we're family. You would have signed if I asked. Would I? I asked. When's the last time I funded your schemes? He looked away. You don't understand entrepreneurship. You're too afraid to take risks. You mean too afraid to commit fraud? I'm building something big, he insisted. The crypto platform. There is no platform. No business. Just you burning stolen money. His jaw clenched. Fine. I used your credit. But you're rich. What's $680,000 to you? It's my name. My credit. My reputation. And I'm your brother, he snapped. You should help me. You sit in your fancy office while I'm trying to build something. You're not building anything, I said quietly. You're committing crimes. And as of this morning, those crimes are being investigated by the FBI. He froze. The FBI? You took out fraudulent loans from a federally insured bank. That's a federal crime. You called them. I didn't have to, I said. I just had to acquire Pacific Trust Bank and check their loan files. The fraud popped up immediately. He stared at me. You own Pacific Trust? As of yesterday, yes. Meridian Financial bought it. I'm Meridian's CEO. Which makes your fake loans my problem. He slumped down. Oh God. The FBI will contact you today. Get a lawyer. A good one. Elena, please, he begged. Tell them it was a misunderstanding. Say you co-signed. I'm not lying to federal agents. Then drop the charges. I can't. These are federal crimes. The government decides. Not me. He stared at me, eyes glossy. What am I supposed to do? Tell the truth. Hope for a plea deal. I stood. And stop using my name. For anything. Mom and Dad will blame you, he whispered. They usually do, I said. I'm ready for that. How can you be so cold? I looked at him, my charming little brother who everyone believed in even when he did nothing to earn it. You stole my identity, I said softly. You forged my signature. You destroyed my credit. You committed felonies. And then you expected me to save you. That's not me being cold. That's me protecting myself. I walked out of the cafe, leaving him with his laptop full of fake business plans and his future full of real consequences. 3 days later, the FBI arrested him. 5 counts of bank fraud. 4 counts of identity theft. Multiple forgery and wire fraud charges. The news headline read, Local entrepreneur arrested in massive bank fraud scheme. My mother called crying. How could you do this to your brother? I didn't do anything to him, I said. He did it to himself. You could have protected him. You could have paid the loans quietly and let him start over. Mom, he stole my identity. He committed federal crimes. He's family. And I'm family too, I said. But that didn't stop him from committing fraud in my name. Why is your loyalty only going one direction? She hung up on me. Dad sent a text. You've destroyed this family. I hope you're proud. I blocked his number. Patricia called with an update. The FBI expanded their investigation. The loan officer at Pacific Trust was working with Marcus, approving the fraudulent loans in exchange for a percentage. They've both been charged. What about the other victims? 13 other individuals whose identities were used. We're reaching out to all of them. Most didn't even know they had these loans on their credit reports. Make sure we help them clear their credit, I said. Full documentation, fraud affidavits, whatever they need. Already on it. Elena, I have to say, you handled this exactly right. If you tried to cover it up or protect him, it would have been so much worse. I know, I said. Though my family doesn't see it that way. 3 months later, Marcus pleaded guilty as part of a plea agreement. 5 years in federal prison, followed by supervised release and full restitution, which he'd probably never be able to pay. The media coverage mentioned that the fraud was discovered when Meridian Financial Group acquired Pacific Trust. Some articles noted that Meridian's CEO Elena Harrison was the victim of the identity theft. No one connected that the perpetrator was my brother. I'd made sure of that through careful PR management. My credit report was clean again, all fraudulent accounts removed. My score had recovered fully. But my family was gone. Mom, Dad, Marcus, all of them blamed me for his arrest, his conviction, his imprisonment. I was the cold-hearted sister who'd chosen money over family. They didn't understand that I'd chosen self-protection over enabling a criminal. Or maybe they did understand, and that's what made them so angry. 2 years later, Meridian Financial Group completed another acquisition, bringing our total to 18 banks and $47 billion in assets. I was named to Forbes' list of most powerful women in banking. The profile mentioned my meteoric rise and innovative approach to community banking. It didn't mention my brother serving time in federal prison. Some secrets stayed private. My assistant brought me the mail, mostly business correspondence, a few personal items. One envelope caught my attention. Prison return address, Marcus Harrison as sender. I almost threw it away unopened. But curiosity won. Elena, I've had 2 years to think about what I did. The anger is gone now. So are the excuses. I stole from you. I used your name to commit crimes. I destroyed your trust and our family's peace. I did that. Not you. I'm sorry. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't deserve it. But I want you to know that I finally understand what I took from you. It wasn't just money or credit. It was your sense of safety with your own family. That's unforgivable. I hope you're successful and happy. You earn both. Marcus. I read it twice, then filed it away with the other documents from the case. Maybe someday those words would mean something. Maybe someday I'd feel something other than relief that the fraud had been stopped. But not today. Today I had a company to run, employees who depended on me, and a reputation I'd rebuilt from the damage my brother had caused. Family credit helps everyone, he'd said. He was wrong. It just helped him steal. And now he was learning what everyone else already knew. Theft has consequences even when you're family. Especially when you're family.